Hey everybody, this is State Representative Laura Devlin, and I am coming to you from my office in Hartford. The House is in session today, but doing our pandemic operations, we are not in the Capitol building. We are working primarily from our offices in the Legislative Office building. The business of the House has just gotten underway. We are all participating in Zoom to watch the proceedings. And then when things come up for a vote, we have our voting portal, and we will be voting from our offices. So this big black box will turn into a board that has all of the legislators' names on it, and they will turn red or green depending on how we vote. And here's our voting buttons. So that's how we're going to be working today. The agenda for the House, we've got several things before us. We're going to be voting first off on a series of judge appointments. So new judges for the state, some may be reappointments. And then we also have 3 pieces of legislation before us. The first is actually in 3 parts itself. The first part of this, which I support wholeheartedly, is to provide clarity and some protection for workers who work out of state. So for example, in Fairfield and Trumbull, where we have a tremendous number of commuters, people working in New York State and New York City, this will provide the clarity needed where you won't have to worry about being double taxed because of currently working from home, potentially with the pandemic. So it's a positive thing that just keeps things as they are, but as we get into tax season, it's an important thing, I believe, to clarify. The second piece of this bill will provide protection for welfare recipients that they will not have to worry about a lien on their homes. And I think this is important because, we are intending to give a hand up, but also New York and Connecticut are the only 2 states that have this particular provision. So I do support that. The third piece I find quite troubling, and it puts in place a new pilot program. Pilot is payment in lieu of taxes. So it's intended for the state to reimburse communities who have non-taxable property, which would include state-owned property or universities or hospitals. The issue is we have a pilot program today, but it is never fully funded. So municipalities are always at a disadvantage. To address that before, there was justification to increase our sales tax on the basis that a portion of that would go to fund our municipalities. But that's never happened either. That money gets swept into the state's general fund. So with this particular piece of the legislation, it's really the cart before the horse. It is proposing a new pilot program that would take about $100 million more, but there's no identification for where that money is going to come from. So I think it's premature, and I am really not supportive of that piece, but these 3 are lumped together. We have a second bill that I do believe is promising for our state. It is to basically put in place a foundation, if you will, to attract a new industry of data centers to Connecticut. So we'll see how this plays out. Our manufacturing sector is strong and growing. Data centers across the U.S. are very much a growing business and will be in the future. This could be really positive for the state of Connecticut. The third piece that we will be voting on, and quite frankly has been brought to the House because February is Black History Month, is a bill that is focused on providing an open workplace for natural hair so that people are not discriminated against based on their hairstyle, which is really important for certain groups. It doesn't change any existing law, but it does provide potentially more emphasis. So those are the things that are before the House today. You can watch the proceedings on CTN, and I'll let you know how things go. So I hope everyone's having a great day and you're staying safe. Please reach out anytime with questions. I love to hear from you.